Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Daily News Hub. The major story here, our stand on Edo governorship election. That's a statement from the U.S. government. It says, poll widely, we are monitoring situation. And then another story here, 5 policemen returning from Edo election killed in Kano. A sad one there. Nigerians grappling with harsh realities of inflation. The president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, is quoted as saying this. Another downstream, Tinubu seeks Senate's confirmation of Kekere as CJN. At the corner there, CBN raises interest rate to 27.25%. And Mariam Idris wins Silver Award in 2024 Commonwealth Essay Competition. Some stories on the front page of the Daily News Hub. To the Platform Times. Data speak. Okpebolo's victory hinges on 12% of 2.2 million votes in Edo's 4.7 million population. This is an investigation. And the pictures there of Asuerime Ighodalo, the governorship candidate of the PDP, as well as APC's governorship candidate, and now the governor-elect, Monday Okpebolo and Olumide Akpata, with the number of votes they each garnered there. And then another story here, why I decided to dialogue with bandits. Matawali is speaking. Now, Tinubu declines assent to bill seeking extension of federal state legislators' tenure. Auto crash kills 5 police officers, injures 11 others on Kano. Gombe female farmers call for increased government agricultural budget allocation. I am not dead, didn't go for medical checkup. Oji Uzokalu dismisses death rumors. And will eradicate corruption in basic education sector. That's what the ICPC is quoted as saying. Port Harcourt Refinery, Niger Delta lawyers knock NNPCL over failed promises. And Okukwe counters Dangote on call for total removal of fuel subsidy. Those are some of the major stories on the front page of the Platform Times. To the New Telegraph now. Edo Gubapo, Secondus accuses APC of plotting one-party state. Says Nigeria's democracy sitting on keg of gunpowder. We are monitoring the situation closely, U.S. Ambassador quoted as saying that. Now, Nigerians groan, protest exorbitant U.S. visa processing fees. Says charges extortion, Dropbox processes cumbersome. Hardship, Tinubu must revisit his reforms urgently. Kalu is quoted as saying that Lord's APC's victory in Edo. Now another story here. CBN to inject additional 4 trillion naira into banks. Says interest rate hike will continue to curb inflation. Economy performed well since Cardoso took over. External reserves hit $39.07 billion. Nasima frets over rate hike to 27.25%. Concerns have been raised since that announcement was made by the CBN yesterday. Now we'll move to the Salient Times. Why Labour Party performed woefully at Edo Gubapo. Aburi is quoted as saying that blames Obi Akpata for defeat, congratulates INEC for organizing free, fair and peaceful Edo Gubapo. Edo governorship election was widely peaceful, says U.S. Interesting. And at the downstream again, CBN raises interest rate to 27.25%. Some stories on the front page of the Salient Times. To the Daily Independent now. Nigeria is grappling with realities of soaring living costs. Akpabio is quoted as saying that. And the writers there says challenges testing very fabric of our society. Tinubu asks Senate to confirm Kekere as CJN. And will continue to increase rates as inflation rises. Cardoso is quoted as saying that CBN raises MPR to 27.25%, CRR to 50%. States need to curtail excess liquidity, meet FX demand pressures. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Independent. To the leadership newspaper now. blame Buhari for current economic hardship. CBN is quoted as saying that. Says Tinubu inherited battered economy. We are battling with repercussions of 35 trillion naira ways and means. Stakeholders raise concern over 27.25% interest rate. Another story here. FG to launch new school curriculum next month. APC tackles Yaga Africa over Edo poll report. Anga 79 Tinubu 6 permanent UN Security Council seat for Nigeria, Africa. And Matawale denies links with bandits, demands proof. Some stories on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. To the Nation newspaper now, NNPCL Dangote refinery row rages over price of petrol. And another story, third judge withdraws from Kanu's trial amid drama. Raising interest rate, best way to battle inflation, says Cardoso. As governor, I never backed bandits, says Matawale. EFCC probes Bobrisky's 15 million naira bribery claim. Some stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. To the Punch newspaper now. Subsidy, federal government may spend 236 billion naira monthly on imported Dangote petrol. Marketers, others back Dangote on subsidy removal. Memon lifts over 50 million litres of Dangote petrol. New interest rate may worsen bad loans. That's what the organized private sector is quoted as saying. Kanu court drama as judge steps down. And federal government explains minimum wage to July the 29th back pay. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Ibrahim.
Right, first with me here is this Nigeria with the headline, CBN's 27.25% new interest rate, bleak future for businesses. Tinubu rejects bill to raise National Assembly workers' retirement age to 65. Edo election free, fair, says Labour Party faction. Party hails Okpebolo, blames Obi Akpata for defeat. I can't continue with this case. Justice Nyako steps down from Kano's treason trial. On the air of the newspaper, 79th Onga, U.S. pledges $320 million for mortgage financing, SMEs, others in Nigeria. Next is Nigerian News Direct. Again, CBN increases interest rate to 27.25%. Decision to further tighten interest rates unanimous. Cardoso, MPR hike will slow down investments, economic growth, experts. Economic hardship, Nigerians yearn for federal government's additional 2 million jobs as unemployment rate hits 5.3% in first quarter of 2024. Economic hardship, Adeleke reduces work days for civil servants, extends palliatives payment. UNJ 79, Tony Elumelu McCain unites to tackle youth unemployment, hunger in Africa. Next is First News newspaper. CBN hikes interest rate to 27.25%. Tougher times ahead for Nigerians as inflation fight intensifies. Act now. Nigerians can't survive this economic hardship. Orji Kalu warns Tinubu. Naira plummets against dollar following CBN's fifth interest rate hike. Justice Nyako withdraws from Nnamdi Kanu's case amid claims of bias. Actress Toyin Tomato to women. Stay with your cheating husbands. Avoid divorce. Secondus sounds the alarm. 2027 elections at risk under APC rule. APC slams Yaga Africa for questioning Edo election outcome. That's about it for First News newspaper. Next is Blueprint. Blueprint has it. Experts differ as CBN raises lending rate to 27.25%. Decision will address major forex inflation threats. Waleke. No, it has tendency to slow down investments. That's according to Muda Yusuf. Dangote refinery. Oil marketers promise reduced fuel prices. Aleko Okupe disagree over subsidy regime. Maiduguri flood relief fund hits 7.5 billion naira. 5,235 victims benefit so far. 5 police officers killed, 11 injured in Kano auto crash. And then above the masthead, Samoa agreement, Federal government lords ombudsman's ruling against Daily Trust. Next is the Business Times. Experts fault MPC decision to hike MPR by 50 basis points to 27.25%. Say it will slow down investment, economic growth. Decision to further tighten interest rates unanimous, says Cardoso. NERC receives 1,220,245 complaints on metering over billing in 2023. Inflation cripples Nigerians' construction sector as developers struggle to keep projects afloat. Why federal government should end petrol subsidy? Dangote, I disagree with Dangote on complete subsidy removal, says Okukwe. Next is Vanguard newspaper. Unemployment up by 5.3% as CBN hikes interest rates to 27.25%. Denied ties with banditry by swearing on Quran. Matawale challenges Zamfara government or governor General Gusau. Reactions trail Dangote's call for petrol subsidy removal. Why I can't buy Arsenal again? Dangote. Edo poll. Why INEC must probe officials involved in rigging. Yeager Africa. APC to group. Don't turn yourself to parallel agency. Federal government welcomes ombudsman ruling over Daily Trust inaccurate report on Samoa agreement. 2 million security personnel can't protect over 200 million Nigerians. Chief of Army Staff. Next is the Daily Times. Nigerian Army dismisses female soldier who accused senior officers of sexual harassment. Why Justice Binta Nyako withdrew from Nnamdi Kanu's trial. On the bottom strip, inflation cripples Nigeria's construction sector as developers struggle to keep projects afloat. NDLEA nabs ex-convict with 4.6 billion naira worth of cocaine at MMIA. EFCC investigates officers over 15 million naira bribe allegation by cross-dresser Bobrisky. Fresh cholera outbreak kills over 41 in Jigawa. Next is Nature News. Tackling desertification, Accuses plans to revitalize 5,000 hectares in Borno local government areas. Vice President Shetima pledges Nigeria support for BBNJ Treaty at UNGA 79. And then Abdul Samad Rabiu donates 2 billion naira to Maiduguri Flood Relief Fund. Agric Minister advocates smart farming to boost food supply. Emir mourns as Hippo kills 60-year-old orchard farmer. Illegal mining fuels insecurity in northwest Nigeria, NGO warns. And last but not least is the Nation's Sport and Life. Galatasaray warns Chelsea, Juventus, Osimhen on loan won't leave in January. Eyimba to get 640 million naira. Rangers miss out on 1.1 billion naira. Why I conceded 3 goals against Roma. That's Maduka Okoye. French Ligue 1 celebrate Moses Simon 150th appearance. All right. I think that's about it for the newspapers up for review this morning. Veronica.
All right. I believe